Hey guys, Joseph's back, and I've realized that by now, if you're still watching this playthrough, you either really like Call of Duty World at War, you don't know how to get to the through the game, or you just really like my commentaries, which I don't think either three of these are the case. So you're probably not even watching this playthrough anymore. So I'm probably just doing this for my health. But whatever chance I can get to, improve my commentating skills, I will totally embrace that. With that being said, I will not commentate on this whatsoever, and I will continue to talk about random topics. But first, let me make it clear that that tank just exploded everywhere. Ha ho! That could be taken inappropriately. And I try to burn these trees just because it's a cool kind of effect there. So I'm just burning the trees, having a good time. And other than that, we're just running around, killing Japanese people. And back to random topics. All right. So I'm really excited. Like I'm so really excited. I'm gonna tell you all about something you guys probably do not care the least about. Okay. All right. So what's gonna happen is I have been learning Python. Yay, Python! And I've been learning the mechanics of Python, how Python works, stuff like that, via an online course Tobias, my friend, showed me. I'm sorry, I cannot think of his YouTube username. I apologize wholeheartedly for that. You think you can stab me? Psych! Stab you in the face. I apologize wholeheartedly for that. And I will continue on with my story. He told me about this thing, and basically it's like building a search engine. And it is teaching you all about Python. I completed the first unit yesterday. It took me about 2 hours. Lord help me. But it was so fun. It was one of the funnest things I've ever learned on my own. Yes. I mean, with the exception of Sony Vegas and Adobe After Effects. It might have even been funner than learning Adobe After Effects. Learning Adobe After Effects is kind of irritating, and I never really learned it. I just kind of followed tutorials. But this makes me want to just, like read up on things and just learn how to use everything. So, basically, I mean, they taught me cool stuff like basically, Python is like a computer compiler, and you use it, and then you could do like this. X equals a cat, and then when you type in X, you get the word cat. Except you can't really do that because cat isn't an expression. You have to make it like X equals an expression. If you put parentheses around such expression, you can put in words. So it'll be like X equals parentheses cat close parentheses. Oh, wrong thing. X equals what are those things called? Quotation. X equals quote cat end quote, and then you put an X, and then it'll say cat without the quotes. Oh my god, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm so excited that I'm going to talk about it anyway. This is the part where I was kind of confused. I was like, where am I going? Like I was running that way, and I was like, oh, time to burn some people, but I was like, wait, no, those are not Japanese people, and I'm just lost until I realized, okay, you can go all the way underground. Why they didn't kill that guy while I was lost is beyond me. It's just completely beyond me. But, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. And that is what I did. I did it myself. So there's a bunch of burning bodies, which is the right way, apparently. Because they stopped shooting, which is what we wanted. So I'm assuming burning them was the right thing to do. No matter how inhumane it was. I liked it. It was kind of fun. Pyromaniac. Anyway, we're going up this rickety old bridge. Maybe not. Yes, we are. I'm holding this in my... How do you climb? I guess... The way he climbs up these things with a flamethrower is beyond me. Like, it doesn't look like he drops out of his hands. It just looks like he kind of lowers it down with his hands still on it. So I'm kind of just like, what? 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 I'm going to do my customary text during the video commentary, which is done. And back to the commentary. So yeah, I learned Python. I was doing that all yesterday. And I talked about Hunger Games. yesterday. No, it was definitely was not yesterday. I talked about Hunger Games earlier in the playthrough, and you know how I felt like the movie was gonna be bad. I think this is just another fad. Hunger Games was. It's really funny how these things catch on, and I usually don't subject myself to. Oh, did I really die? Come on, man. I usually don't subject myself to these things, but I did this time. I actually did. Not with Harry Potter. I started reading it midway just because. But basically, Hunger Games. There was announced that there was going to be a Hunger Games movie. What happened was the people who had actually read the book freaked the F out. They freaked the F out. They were telling their friends how excited they were. People thought this was awesome. A couple people went out, read the book, got overly excited, and now Hunger Games is essentially one of the best series ever. Although when Harry Potter was being released, Hunger Games was never mentioned. Nobody said, Hunger Games is just as good, blah. I never heard about Hunger Games, I may have heard it once or twice, but gosh, not everybody in the world was talking about it. Now there's a bandwagon, a Hunger Games bandwagon, everybody's jumping on. Woohoo! Kind of like that. And it's really annoying. I'm reading the books, I'm reading the series, but oh my god. Hearing people talk about Hunger Games 24/7 as the best series ever is really blowing me out of proportion. It's really like annoying me. Like, it's a good read. I really enjoy the book. The book is a good book. But it's not that good. It doesn't, in my opinion, this is just my modest opinion, it doesn't even beat Harry Potter. Alright? Let me tell you why. The book doesn't really establish much as for universal plot, some sort of change or anything. It doesn't really establish much. And you may be saying, what are you talking about, Jordan? Yeah, you did, blah, 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 blah. Throughout the book, they're talking about these cities that are, in poverty. This main place, the capital, controls all these cities. They want to be in control. There was a nuclear disaster, blah, 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 blah. The whole first book, they talked about the poverty, She talked about her relationship with two different guys. And she killed people. Like, what? What does that... What is that? I don't... Oh, what? Like, I felt like there was no change. There was really... there was a couple of plot twists. Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. But, there was no change. There were no things that kind of affected the overall town, except one little thing. But as far as the overall state of the plot, it was pretty much the same plot with no change. Like, from the beginning to the end, I didn't see any significant changes throughout. And I will talk about this in the next video because, I want to explain this a little more in detail. And the video's almost ending, so stay value, guys. I will see you guys in the next one talking about Hunger Games. If you don't want to hear about Hunger Games, still join because I will not talk about the whole video. Bye-bye, guys. Adios.